Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tree, comedy genius, and today we're gonna be discussing something very serious, the rare yet dangerous Alzheimer's disease. That's how you pronounce it, right? Anyway, Alzheimer's disease is a disease where the person that has it, usually someone between the age of 65 and whatever age it is that they die in. Anyways, it's a disease that affects that person's brain, and it makes them forget stuff, and that includes how to tie a shoe. Now you might be thinking something along the lines,
well, yeah, Dr. Tree, forgetting stuff is basic part of life. And all humans forget stuff, which means that this disease you're talking about isn't a big deal. So why do you say it's a big deal when people are just forgetting everyday stuff? Although tying a shoe is kind of weird. I mean, learning. You know what I mean? Anyway, why is this serious at all? Apart from forgetting how to tie a shoe and crap. How is this serious? Tell me, please.
well, innocent or uninformed person, let me tell you why this disease is so serious. Now, the main reason why this is serious is because people just don't forget how to tie a shoe. Then this disease wouldn't really matter at all. But people not only forget how to tie a shoe, but they forget how to drive a car, how to pay bills, which is pretty lucky if you ask me, how to do basic life stuff, like, I don't know, get a cereal bowl or a glass of milk. But that isn't the most serious part, because that was the most serious part. People who just have to pay these people extra attention and that's it. Bam. You're done. But that's not it. Because people with this disease can also forget who the heck you are. This means that they can forget literally everyone around them, even if they have very fond memories of them. That's right, this disease makes your beloved grandpa or grandma, elderly loved person, forget you, their family, and their friends. Yeah, pretty sad. But how does this disease occur, and how can we stop it, or how can we stop it from happening? Well, where's my script? So, after coming back from 2 seconds of extensive research, I found out that, yeah, humans have no idea what the heck causes this thing, which is kind of worrying because that also means there ain't no cure. That sucks. However, there is one theory that could explain what causes this, and it could help us find a cure, which is that a bunch of plagues, and tangles overstay their welcome and start brutally murdering brain cells and brain tissue, which causes the brain of the victim to shrink a decent amount, which makes them, well, forget stuff. That's pretty obvious. However, this is just a theory, and it's not 100% proved that these disgusting germ stuff are the main culprit. However, they are the main suspect of this disease. So yeah, that's basically how Alzheimer's disease works. Oh wait, I forgot the fact. The people with this disease, the first couple of stages can either act violently, depressed, or confused. Confused is the most likely, so watch out. But what are these stages, you may be asking? Well, we're gonna get into that in a couple seconds. Whooshy transition. stages of Alzheimer's disease? Well, there's 7, but they pretty much be narrowed down to 5 or heck, even 4. I just decided to narrow it down to 5 because I don't know. But yeah, take it however you want to. The first stage is when you don't really detect that the victim has Alzheimer's at all. Nothing's too out of the usual. Forget a couple things and have brain farts and stuff. But that's it. Nothing too threatening, honestly. Not even the doctors know can detect the disease in the first stage, which brings into question why this is even a stage to begin with. Don't ask me. Scientists just agree it is, and I'm obviously a scientist by my scientific robe, so you gotta trust me. I'm very trustworthy. The second stage is when the person actually gets diagnosed with the disease, aka, yeah, you got Alzheimer's stage. In this stage, the victim starts having a lot of brain farts, so they can sometimes even repeat themselves aimlessly for no reason. In this stage, they just said before, people get diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Don't ask me why they do. Because they start having, as I said before, again, a lot of brain farts. And usually, we forget stuff very frequently. But not abnormal levels of frequently. The third stage is when those abnormal levels of frequently and forgetting stuff comes into play. People with this disease in this stage forget a lot of stuff, and they might even forget how to drive a car or tie a shoe, as I said before. So they basically have to be kept locked in their houses for the entire day unless they want to go outside or something. This stage, the victim also starts forgetting some friends, but no family members or even best friends, which is pretty nice, but still kind of depressing. In this stage, the victim also starts having, more brain farts, which isn't out of the ordinary at this point, but nothing too big of a deal. I mean, still serious, but not as serious as the last 2 stages. Stage 4 is when things really kick up a notch, because people forget who the heck everyone is. Unless you spend with this person every single day, every single time of the day with them, like if you're their wife or something, I don't know. No, then they'll probably forget who the heck you are. Or at least not be able to recognize your face. This is the stage where Alzheimer's victims are sure to forget a couple best friends, if not all of them, and maybe even some family members, which can be pretty devastating. They also start losing their ability to communicate, but not really, so they also start aimlessly walking around the house a little, but as I said, again, not too frequently. It's just kind of weird. Speaking of walking around aimlessly, that's a thing they officially consider normal in stage 5, because they do it a heck of a lot. In this stage, Alzheimer's victims are near death. Alzheimer's victims in this department usually forget everything. They don't recognize you at all, and they can't even talk well. And if they can, they just mumble out random stuff. They also forget how to keep in their neck and body posture straight, which might lead them to trip a lot, which might lead them to forget how to walk, which eventually leads to them forgetting how to swallow their food, which is a basic human function that we need to stay alive. But then after that, you might ask, well, what happens to them? They get hospitalized until death. And death is not very simple because they usually die of thirst or starvation. So now that you have a clear understanding of Alzheimer's and how terrible it is, why should we care? Why Does this impact people at all? Well, if you didn't quite get that, then or why this impacts people so much, then I'll just have to show you Whooshy Transition Part 2. Now, Alzheimer's disease can be devastating to the family and of the victim and all that, but honestly, the only reason I even picked the topic of Alzheimer's disease is because my grandpa unfortunately has it. Now, well, it's still really sad for other people, but the fact that my grandpa has it just kind of, yeah, it's pretty much the only reason I'm doing this on this topic. So yeah, it's kind of depressing seeing grandpa not act like himself and not even recognize you, but nothing I can really do apart from still love him, I guess. It's really sad seeing or thinking about the fact that your grandpa will eventually suffer a very painful death without even recognizing anyone that's there for him. But that's just life, I guess. Now, even though this disease is so terrible, not many people really know about it, or I haven't seen many people talk about it at all. If you think about a disease that's very worldwide, people usually think of things like cancer, but I've never heard anyone talk about Alzheimer's. And I'm not saying the other diseases are less important, but I think that Alzheimer's should get some proper recognitions about the research to finding a cure one day. It can be done quickly and more efficiently so that people can be happy in the future and not have to go through the struggle that me and my family are going through. So that's why I think we should raise awareness about it and all that stuff. But how can we do that? Whoa. Yeah, I'm about to tell you because every single cut needs a Whooshy transition. Even though there is no cure for this disease, I still think we should all raise awareness so that said cure can be found quickly and all of our future sons and relatives and all of that don't have to worry about this disease, or heck, even the next generation of kids or people don't have to worry about Alzheimer's. Because if we all raise awareness, such as the Alzheimer's Association, can help raise money for Alzheimer's disease research, which can lead to, as I said before, a cure being found, which will be fantastic for most families that are affected by this, and for everyone in general, since technically everyone over the age of 65 is at risk of this disease. But that's not the only way you can raise awareness. You can even make a video of your own or type of social media post about it or something. If we can all raise awareness about this together, then a cure might be found. Now, what do we think about all this in general? Well, in conclusion, Alzheimer's disease is a terrible disease and it affects thousands of families worldwide and should be put to a pit stop immediately or as soon as possible, maybe. And only people like, I don't know, you, I guess, can stop this terrible disease and raise awareness about it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something from this neat little video that took about 2 days to make. See ya, and have a fantastic day. If you contribute to Alzheimer's, not only 1, 2, but 3 people could get saved or more. I was literally waiting the whole video just to make one tree pun.